Welcome to the 7-minute circuit workout. In today's workout, you'll need a pair of challenging weights, an optional kettlebell, and you can grab a jump rope if you have one. Let's begin our circuit. Now we're going to start with a progressive warm-up that gets more challenging. We're going to start with a jump rope. You can use a rope or just mimic like me, getting about 25 reps. And start to progressively work on impact here, which is great for the bone density. Moving on to a lateral bound side to side. Again, getting about 12 to 15 reps here. And moving on to a jump stomp, which is again progressively more challenging. To stomp down with a little more impact for the bones. Getting about 12 to 15 reps here. All right, nice work. Take a breath in, exhale. And we're going to move on to our weight circuit. This can be done with a pair of hand weights or kettlebell. We're going to start with a cross back lunge. And we're going to get about 16 reps here. So working biceps, working lower body, and also getting the heart rate up. Now you want to make sure that your weight selection is challenging enough so that it makes it difficult to get through the last few reps. And at your own pace with the breath. All right, nice job. Let's move on to a suitcase squat with a side raise. So we're working medial delts here, and also again the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads. Getting about 10 to 12 reps here. Almost there. And last one. All right. Now, if you have a kettlebell, grab it, or you can use one hand weight here. We're going to move on to a goblet squat with an upright row. So if you have a hand weight, you can just grab it by the ends. And we're working adductors, inner thighs, and also shoulders here. Getting about 12 to 15 reps. All right, moving on to a halo. Again, you can keep the one hand weight, grabbing it at the ends, and we're circling slowly around the head, working the upper body, the core. And about 10 to 12 reps here. Really stabilize the body, engage the core, and control the movement as you move around the head. All right, last one. Nice work. Let's move on to a row. So a single arm row here, starting with the right arm. We're working the lat here, so really squeezing the back. And again, if you don't have the kettlebell, just using a single dumbbell. Keeping the elbow close to the body and squeezing the back. Keeping the core turned on. All right, switching sides, moving to the left. Squaring off the shoulders and the hips and controlling the movement. Think about contracting the muscle. All right, nice work. Let's move on to another impact exercise. It's going to be a wide stomp. So jump wide and stomp down. So really emphasizing the stomp, getting about 10 to 12 reps here. Almost there. All right, take a breath, exhale. Well, let's move on to one of my favorite exercises, push-ups. These can be done on your knees or toes, getting 10 reps. Keeping a long line from the crown of the head to the heels. Core is turned on. All right, nice work. Let's get a stretch here. Chest expansion. Take a breath. And then slowly rise. Let's finish with balance work. Take a breath. Exhale. We're going to start with that left leg, either crossing at the ankle or above the knee. And just setting the hips back, holding for about 20 seconds. And let's release. Take a breath. Exhale. And let's transition to the other side, crossing at the ankle or above the knee. 20-second hold here. All right, nice job. So don't forget to cool down and stretch. And you can also repeat this 2 to 3 more times for more of a challenge.